Today we'll demonstrate how to connect the SS700 microphone to a Digital Watchdog IP camera in just 2 minutes. The camera we're using today is a 4 megapixel turret model with pigtail connectors and a 3.5mm input jack for the audio connector. Let's begin with the connector on the SS700 microphone. The labels on the pluggable header show which terminal block is for which wire. Connect 12 volt DC power to the block marked with a plus and the ground wire to the block marked with a minus. The microphone will only draw 20 milliamps, so it's recommended to use a power supply with no more than a half amp max current. Next, to wire the microphone to the camera's audio input, be sure to use either 18 or 22 gauge shielded cable. If the cable is unshielded, you'll likely hear interference or static in the audio feed, especially if the cable passes by fluorescent lights or other sources of electromagnetic interference. Now, locate the camera's audio input connector. The audio input connector on this particular model is the only one that the 3.5mm plug will connect into, so there's no concern here about misconnecting the microphone. To connect the cable to the audio input, there are a couple options. The first option is to solder a connector together. To do so, take the audio signal wire marked with an O on the microphone and wire it to the connector tip. Then take the ground wire and solder it to the sleeve. Another option is to use a pre-made bare wire to 3.5 connector like the one shown here. These are available at most electronic stores or online. With the microphone all wired up, the last step is to make sure audio is enabled in the camera settings. To do so, log into the camera and navigate to the config page. Then, under the image menu on the left-hand side, select video/audio. Select the audio tab and be sure that the audio type selection is set to LIN for line level. This is usually the default, but it's smart to double check. Click save and you're done. Now you'll be able to hear what your camera sees from wherever you access your video feed. It's really that easy. For more on integration with Digital Watchdog cameras, send us a note today at hello@sound-secure.com.